Hey, it's issue 46 of Common Comic Covers, an appreciation podcast for non-key comics, where we shine a light on the hidden gems, underrated issues, and the stories that don't always make the headlines but deserve a place on your shelf. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Andy.
Andy, it's good to see you, friend. It is the end of September. We're getting into the fall.
Sorry, I had
But we're just going to let you go.
Okay.
How you doing, Andy? You know, before we kick it in, I'm gonna talk about our agenda today. But you've been asking me questions the last couple of issues. I got a question. I got a question for you.
Oh, cool.
You didn't know I was going to do this, did you?
No, I didn't know.
So, in our last issue 45, in the show notes, you put just kind of down on the third line here, answer viewer questions about the show's intro, Jeremy's lack of comic books, and more.
I'm sorry. This is me giving you license to get more comic books. You need to tell your wife, my friends say, look at me and he lacks comic books.
Do you want people to follow the show?
I'm indifferent.
Well, speaking of follow the show, you can follow us on Instagram, hit subscribe. Welcome to Common Comic Covers. It's a great place. Today, we got a fun lineup. We're going to kick things off with our Common Comic Cover, where we take a closer look at a cover that's been catching our eye. We have a new segment after that called How Much, where I think Andy's going to show me a comic book, and I'm going to guess how much I think it's worth. Next,
I'm not going to show it to you. I'm just going to ask you.
Okay, we're going to talk about a comic book, non-visual, which is great. That plays well for video. Next, we're going to open up our inbox to share what we've been reading or recently picked up.
I was thinking we were going to start a new format called podcast shorts, where it's just short audios. Just micro audio blurbs. Like a minute.
Yeah. I think that's
works
great.
On video.
I think that's great. Maybe we'll get a magician on here. We're also another new segment. We're a lot of new things today, Andy. I like this. We're gonna look at the hot 10 key from Key Comic Collectors, the hot 10, the hot 10, and we're gonna say keep or pass. And then finally, we're going to wrap things up with a tour of something fun and unexpected in the world of comics that we think you'll love. Sit back, enjoy. Let's celebrate the comics that might not be key, but are key to us. Andy, you seem like you have a lot to say. Are you ready to dive in, or do you want to banter a little bit more?
Oh, I think we could banter during the show, maybe. What do you think?
Now, I will say, I know there's more. I have over 2,000 comic books. I feel that's all right. That's a decent. That's nowhere near you.
I'm sorry. No, that's a lack of comic books.
I just lost credibility.
Do you know how many common comic books you don't have right now? There is like an innumerable amount.
I'm doing my part with dollar bins. Andy, what is your common comic cover this week? Good.
Yeah. This is good. This is Faust, Classics Illustrated 167. This is an eBay grab, but I got it from my my comic book store. They put stuff on eBay, and so I just pick it up locally. It's from August of 1962. It's a painted cover by Norman Nodel. So it's a beautiful cover. The interiors are cool. It's a classic book. And if you like men with eyeliner, I feel like this guy could. Maybe it's mascara. I'm not sure.
That's a great cover.
It is. There's a lot of cool stuff.
I was not big. Like when I first started collecting, Classic Illustrated to me were just kind of dumb.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like the idea of adapting, narrowing down so much on literature, but definitely have come to appreciate it. But more importantly, the covers on some of these Classics Illustrated are incredible. I think most of them were painted, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, this is a great one. My wife, she says she really likes painted covers, so I thought I'd throw one up here. So, yeah, and like I love it's not it's very pre-code horror in the Silver Age to me. It's like you got the devil, you got demons and stuff like that. You got flames.
Well, and Classic Illustrated did not follow the comic code, right?
Yeah.
Classic Illustrated did not. Gold Key did not. But I think their argument was, we don't need to. We're already, we don't produce that garbage. They self-police. Yeah.
Okay. What is your common comic cover, Jeremy?
Andy, thanks for asking. This is an exciting one. This is from 1999. This is Geoff Johns' first work on comic books. So Geoff Johns is a writer, and he still around. Loved his Green Lantern run. This is Stars and S.T.R.I.P.E. number 0. Guest starring Starman, and what's even cooler about it is James Robinson. Make sure I said that right. Not that I mispronounced it. Yeah, James Robinson. James Robinson did a great run on Starman. And so he actually co-writes this with Geoff Johns, just this first issue. And I will say this was one of the comic books I sold in when I had to sell half of my collection. But I've bought this and a few others back. Just they were fun reads. They're fun. I like Geoff Johns, great writer. He was one of the early, when I started collecting in the late 90s, early 2000s. Johns is one of the writers I really liked, reading those Green Lanterns, those Justice Societies. They were a blast. And so I grabbed a few of his other stuff. But yeah, this is just a fun book. It's a very light read, I would say. These are fun. I think it lasted like 14, 16 issues. And she's popped up in other places, but great book, fun book. And yeah, there you go. That's my common cover this week, Andy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did I ever tell you I met Geoff Johns? My brother and I were at Emerald City, and he was doing a panel, but I don't think he was doing anything else there, but he was leaving. I was like, my brother's like, oh, you just take a picture with him. So I was like, hey, blah, 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 I really like your stuff. And he sat there and took a picture with me, and that was great. So somewhere on my brother's Facebook is a picture of me and Geoff Johns. So it's pretty cool.
He's one of my favorite Canadians.
Is he Canadian?
Now that I say that, I might have just assumed. I think he is, but I might have assumed because of the way he spells Jeff. That looks very Canadian.
Oh, okay.
No, fact check me. I don't care. Subscribe. Andy, new segment. What do you got here?
Okay. So this new segment's called How Much?
Okay.
And it is going to be where I tell Jeremy the comic book, and if there's a grade associated with it, there's some sort of grade associated with it. Okay. And he tells me how much he thinks it sold for. So this is famous. Yeah. This is like,
and I'll do that. I'll be serious here. I won't do what I would pay for it. I'll do what I think it sold for.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the intent. Because I know you don't follow as much.
I don't really collect. I don't really have comic books. I'm not really as you would say, not really into the comic book thing.
He doesn't like comic books. Okay, so
small, couple short boxes.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean it like that. Anyways, but let's move forward. Do you give me permission to move forward, Jeremy?
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. So this month, Fantastic Four #1 sold. At a 9.6.
Oh, geez.
Highest on census.
Okay. How much do I think it sold for?
Yes, it sold at Heritage Auctions.
CGC 9.6. Fantastic Four #1, which is the first appearance of Mole Man, right?
Yep. And everybody else.
Go.
And the beginning of the Silver Age of Marvel Comics. And
so minor key.
Yeah.
9.6.
Yeah.
150,000.
It sold for $2,040,000.
So close. I was so close.
Just a bit outside.
$2 million.
Yeah. At auction house. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you have sold it?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel I'd be like, I'll sell the 9.6 and I'll buy a 4.0. And then have $1 million left over.
I think, yeah. If I had a $2 million comic book, so let's say after fees, like I get like 1.2 million, I'd just put $1 million in investments and like buy a nice car or something like that, or I don't know. But yeah, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could do, like buy more.
I really felt good about my answer.
And you said $140,000.
Doesn't matter. I was way off.
I'll check the tape later.
Like I said, did I say 150 or 180?
Yeah.
Right. Well, better luck next time. I like that. That was fun.
Okay.
Andy, what is in your inbox though? That's really what I'm
okay. I got this is awesome. I got 2 inbox items. Okay. So I have an electric bike that I ride to pick up my kids from school. And I've been worried about like my keys and wallet and everything falling out of my pockets.
I'm glad that's what you're worried about as you're driving.
So I have like this
bike so I got children strapped to it. You're worried about your wallet.
Oh, I mean, like I pick them up, so on the way there, I don't. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, so I got a bag. It was something my wife got, so like for free, a swag at Bork, but it contains this little thing. The Court of Owls. Yeah. So, but it's the DC Compact Comics. They're coming out right now. This is amazing. I haven't read this. I'm reading it. I'm enjoying it. Here, I should have done this one. Do you know how much this costs? Brand new?
$25.
$10.
Okay.
It's the whole series. Yeah, it's the same size as like manga books. Is that how you say it? Manga books. But yeah, they're like half price of like what the other stuff is. But you get the whole story. It's nice. It's compact. This is gonna save. This can save DC Comics.
That came with the bag.
No,
I'm trying to find the connection with your electric bike in your bag. Are you just? I
keep this in my bag, and
is that your flex? Is your flex? You have an electric bike? Is that what you wanted us all to know?
No. What I wanted, I can keep this book in this tiny bag.
I got it's such a small book.
Like, here's my cell phone. Here's the book. It's not too. It's bigger, but.
Which I've known you for a long time. You actually, you probably don't have it, but do you still have the George Costanza wallet?
I don't know.
There was a time there that your wallet was a solid 4x3.
It was a big wallet. Yeah, that was. I think your dad gave me that for graduation.
I think so. Yeah. But then you filled it.
Well, if you give me space, I'm going to put something in it. I have another pickup item though. I don't know what it said, but based on your reaction, I said something funny.
No, okay. Just memories of wallets.
Okay.
What else do you have?
So this is, I picked this up at my comic book store. I went in. So this is Mickey Mouse book number 4. This came out in 1934.
Is that an original?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the actual book. It reprints the daily strips from 1931. And it has the only known reprint of a notorious sketch where, what's his name?
Steamboat Willie?
Catnip cuts Mickey's tail, the end of his tail off with scissors. So it's pretty cool. I went in there and I was like,
I thought that was going to go somewhere else.
No. But I went into I was talking to Bill, and he turns around, and he walks over, and he comes around, and he has this in his hands, and I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's this book. Somebody brought it in with a collection." I'm like, "Oh man, how much is it worth?" He's like, "Well, it's worth like $200, I think." I'm like, "Oh wow, that's cool." He's like, "But I'd let it go for 50." I was like, "Well, I'd be interested in that." So I picked it up. I bought it from him. He sold it to me. It was great. But it's the perks of like personally knowing and being friends with the comic book retailer is sometimes they pull stuff out for you and are nice to you. And
You're a big spender there. They treat you well.
yes, I bring my children there and they love that. I think that's more of the Bill was actually taught at the school my daughter goes to now.
Unlike when you brought your children over here to my comic book shop.
I don't remember.
Well, it was your children and my children, and
yes,
a frustrated.
That guy didn't like it.
No, he was not happy.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good for the industry. People like you don't want more of us. You need younger people interested in this format.
And I will say the owner of that place has been very kind to my children when they've been in there and has given them comic books that aren't just free necessarily, but he's been nice and kind and is so I will say that the owner of the comic book shop, nice guy. I think we caught one of his employees on a bad day who didn't like the volume.
Yeah. There was a lot of running.
There's a lot of running.
Yeah. And that can be stressful. Like, you have things that are valuable in there, the $6 Archie book is that gonna? Yeah. Okay, what is in your inbox, Jeremy?
Andy, fun that you asked that. So I grabbed this.
Is it fun? It's fun that I asked that.
Yeah, fun. So fun. This is called the Mad Reader. Now, there's a lot of these. These reprint stories from the early issues of Mad. So this one is not a first printing. This is like the 22nd printing. But number one was 1954. So they're super early. So this originally came out in 1954. This is 1973 on this one. I paid $4 for this. And I think there's like 40 or 50 or a gazillion of these. They're printed all sideways, but they're original stories from, I did, like I was trying to, is this like number 1 and 2? Is this like just a little bit here and there? I can't find that answer. There's no covers in here, but like there's a ton of Wally Wood art. Is it Edler or Elder? I can't remember that. But then it's just great. Like if you like those old Mad stories, Super Duper Man kicks us off. And then they're just these, speaking of pocket size, you could fit probably 5 of these in your satchel there on your electric bike.
I mean, they're bigger than this, but they're not like, this is pretty small. Yes, this is a pretty nice satchel.
Yep. Okay, maybe
you can. Thank you for not calling it a purse. I appreciate that.
It's European. European. But like these are, so there's a ton of printings of these. There's no need to get the first printing, in my opinion. The insides are all the same. It's black and white. But if you want to get those early Mad stories, because you can't find them anywhere. They're not on reprinted anywhere necessarily. They're hard to find, but you can get these just about anywhere. I paid $4 for this one. I'm almost done with it. The first one. Then I'm going to go back to, I got it at Giant Nerd Books, and he has a whole spinner rack full of all of them, all the different ones. So the Mad Reader is the first one. And then I can't remember what the second one's called, but this is what's in my inbox because this is what I've been reading.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. We have another new segment here.
Oh yeah.
This is called the Hot 10. So this is from Key Comics Hot 10. We're going to keep something or pass, right?
Yeah. So let's see. Hot 10. Okay. So I got it all big and zoomed in. So hopefully Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go. So this is which one is this? I think this is the key fact. Okay, let me go to the top. So this is
that's number 10. That's number 10 of 10.
Yeah, it's number 10. So Superman
Neil Adams cover, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I have that book.
That's cool. And then the first or second appearance of Gambit.
Yep. Okay.
Ghost Rider number 1. It's cool. That's a cool one.
Not his first appearance, but first solo.
Yeah, first of his series. Yeah.
Oh, this is the TV show that's out right now.
Harkness. Yeah. Red Hulk.
Oh, classic.
I had that. I gave it a first Ultron.
I had it too, and it didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
First Ultron. Okay, cool.
That's a cool one, right?
Love it.
Yeah. Secret Wars 8.
Black costume. Yep.
Let's see.
No, such a good cover. First Doom. First solo story Doom. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the one I'm choosing to drop. It's the first of the Null.
No.
Yeah. First Null. Yeah.
Get rid of it.
That's the hottest one. That's one.
That's number 1?
I think so.
No, that can't be.
It's just cheaper. 1? It's cheaper than.
Get rid of number 1. Pass.
Pass on number 1. What's your?
Okay, keep.
Okay, keep. Yep.
Sure, keep.
Like if I only could pick one, it would be this one.
That'd be my number 1, and the Doom would be my number 2.
I think.
That's my number 3.
Okay, I think
pass.
I think this would be my number 2.
That's a keep. That's a keep.
Yeah.
And that's pass.
I've sold that one. I'm like, I don't really care about it.
I mean, that's an easy one to get. $45. No way. No one's paying that much for that book. Seriously, an 8.5 sold for $400. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I have that book in decent condition. I don't know how I got it, and I definitely did not pay $45 for it.
It's probably in just the back issue.
Yeah, that's a cool book. Okay, Andy, take me on a tour.
So
take me far away from here. You got to close that out, though.
I'm gonna close this out, though. Okay, so here we go. So in 2000, when did I start? 2007. I started collecting. I was a big Geoff Johns fan, and when him and Alex Ross teamed up to start the Justice Society of America, the 3rd volume, I was on board, and I'm going to show you their covers because they're great. This is kind of a key comic. It's like the first appearance of Liberty Bell or whatever. But yeah,
hey, I like it. It's more Geoff Johns.
Yeah, Geoff Johns, and these black covers are hard to get in great condition. These are all
Starman. Is that Starman?
Oh man, I don't remember. I read these, but I don't.
Those are really good. Yeah, he was. I think I can't remember. Those were great stories. It's been 20 years.
Yeah,
not that long, but yeah.
So these are all fantastically. These are all in mint condition.
I had all those. They didn't make the cut.
Oh yeah, that's too bad. These are like the covers are fantastic. Then these black covers. Yeah, these are.
Wow. Are those variants or are those the main ones?
These are the A.
Those are A's?
A's, and they are all Alex Ross. Yeah.
Who does the inside art on those? Oh, that's cool.
I think it's Eaglesman. Eaglesham. Sorry.
Eaglesman, Eaglesham.
Yeah. This is Liberty Bell. This is a beautiful cover of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of this Power Girl. Like she's a little too.
She went to Linwood High School.
All our Linwood High School subscribers were. He's joking.
Go Royals. You're fine.
Yeah.
We went to Mount Lake Terrace. Okay.
Well, I went to Aldwood Middle School. I knew a lot of the.
Oh wow! Yeah. You got a lot of flexing tonight.
Yeah.
Just Aldwood Middle School.
If you keep talking, people are going to see these covers. So yeah. And then I had but these are You can keep talking. I don't mean to stop you from talking, but yeah, these are both.
My feelings are not hurt about anything right now. I'm okay.
You've died inside. I understand. Me too. That's what happens when you have kids. They kind of just. Actually, my son was so cute today, but it was so hard to deal with. He was so cute, and when he needs to go to bed now, he runs to me and says, "Protect me," because my wife puts him to bed. It's like, but this is a great cover here. This is Magog or whatever. That's so cool.
What number are we on?
16. This is 17.
Those are cool.
Did
you buy these all in a lot, or these just you had them over time?
Oh, I bought them all when they're on the newsstand.
Oh, these are the originals. These are your original books.
These are the ones I bought when they came out. And this is 20. I ended up selling my Green Lantern, most of my Green Lanterns that I had the whole run, the whole 50 issue run, and I sold most of it. I kept like ones that were supposedly like keys or something. That's
cool. So good. Those are great.
And then here's some other. These got kind of hot for a while. This Black Adam here. We went back to the black cover for that, and then we got a Mary Marble cover here, which is really cool. That's a pretty cool one. And this is the last one of the run he did, 26. And then I ended up getting the annual #1, which is Alex Ross's cover too, and the Kingdom Come special, Alex Ross, and then the Magog. It's Alex Ross too. So
with Starman.
Big.
That's a great run. That is a great. Yeah. That's a must. I think if you collect modern, I think you have to have a Geoff Johns run of some sort, especially that Justice Society or the Green Lantern. But those Alex Ross covers are just a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and I think he did some of the interiors on some of the books. I would have. Really? I think so. At least partial stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he did co-write some of these too. Alex Ross did co-write some of these, or all of them. I don't remember, but yeah, it was great. I'm happy that I wasn't planning on showing that, but I was like, oh, this is great. I got to show this. So
I love it.
Yeah, Jeremy, tell me, take me, show me.
So good.
Grab me by the hand.
Nope. Let's just go on a tour.
Okay, let's go on a tour.
Me, you, and Rick Steves. So some more history books here because
good.
These are fun to me, and I like reading them. So the first one I've snagged and have read about half of it is Women and the Comics, not Women in the Comics. That's a different book. We've talked about her the last few months, different times. Trina Robbins. This came out in 1985. So this covers about 100 years worth of female comic book artists, creators, writers. Excellent book. Not super thick. Lots of pictures, lots of ads, but then just some good writing about just authors. It's just biography stuff. Great section in here on Dale Messick and Brenda Starr. Like that to me was just really, really cool. I like learning about things and learning about the history of something that I love in comic books, and more than just collecting them to try to, I don't know. Obviously, I think you're in the same boat. I don't collect comic books just to try to turn them and make lots of money.
No, I don't.
I love doing it, and I love learning about it and the history of it and what it means. And so this is a must if you're a collector and you like reading a little bit about it. Out of print, I think, for the most part, but you can get it on eBay for, I think, $40 or so.
Oh.
Trina Robbins, 1985. And then I grabbed another one. This is not new. This came out in 1970. So it's an early history. It's called All in Color for a Dime. And each chapter is written by a different author. And there's a really fun one in here. I think is it the last chapter? Yeah, the last chapter is Comic of the Absurd by Harlan Ellison. Love his writing. And so each guy kind of takes on, so he in his chapter writes about an artist called George Carlson. So each different guy talks about someone in comic books, in the history of comic books. So it's kind of a fun book where it's not, you can skip. You can go, I'm going to read this one, I want to read that one. Yeah. And it's highlighting one aspect of it. I went to Giant Nerd Books and bought this one. I paid $10 for it, but you can find it for less than $10 in some places. Originally it came out in 1970. I think this is a first printing. I paid $10 because it's the first printing. So
I see.
I actually don't think this is a first printing, but anyway, 1970, it was $1.50, but it talks about that golden age, obviously all in color for a dime. Yeah. Golden age comic books, history comic books.
Yeah. 2
great history books if you like reading about the history of comic books. And I would say both of them, you can jump around a little bit. I mean, no history book is, you don't need to read from cover to cover. You can skip around.
I just skip the parts I don't like.
Yeah, good point.
And as Ringo Starr says, peace, love, peace, love.